So here we go with the start of this ball game. And number 8, Justin Hall, going to get the start on the mound for the orange and black. Umpire having a little discussion with the dugout, trying to get everyone pushed back in. We will try to keep you updated as well on the score. You don't have a scoreboard on your screen, but I will announce it from time to time, probably more often than you'll like, as Chris has found out. But got to keep you updated on that. All right, here we go with the top of the first. All on the hill, gets set. Here's the pitch. That ball low, 1-0 count. So Hall starts it off with a ball low in the dirt. Not a terrible pitch, but it'd be nice to start that off with a strike. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is a strike, so makes it 1-1 on the swing.
Kind of the key, Rob, of course, to winning baseball games in general, but against teams like this that aren't very strong, you want to throw the ball across the plate and make them make something happen.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That makes it 1-2. A nice start here from Hall in the top of the first. Again, if you're just joining us, top of the first, 0-0 the score. Lake Village has their leadoff man at the plate. Attempted curveball there just doesn't get on top of it, and it hangs out and high. So 2-2 count, no outs, top of the first. Lumberjacks in white in the field. Here's the pitch. That's inside for strike 3. Actually calls it, catches the corner, so mark a K up there for Justin Hall. Miller up next for Lake Village.
So Hall doing exactly what he needs to do on the hill here early on for the Lumberjacks.
Comes set. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike. So 0-1 count, 1 down in the top of the first. Comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Pop up. And it's going to fall into fair territory. Little blue hit. And that's a tough one to take for Hall.
He couldn't quite get over there. Tyler Hall there playing second base. Cole Rawls there in right field.
Now Johnson, number 8 for Lake Village, hitting in the number 3 slot. Steps into the box. Miller on first for Lake Village. He takes his lead. Hall comes set. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Nice block by number 22, Aaron Church. And that's something they've worked on in practice this week, Chris, is just is Aaron dropping and blocking. That actually came back to haunt him a little bit, I think, in the DeWitt game. They've worked on that hard. That ball popped foul off to the left side. Nobody's going to get to that. Count at 1-1 with 1 out in the top of the first, and Lake Village has a runner on first base.
Well, and Church still a young guy, only a freshman. They feel like they need a little bit more though out of the catching position, and they've worked hard trying to get him ready to go.
Here's the 1-1 pitch after the foul ball. Runner takes a big lead. That pitch high. 2-1 count. 2-1 count, top of the first. 1 down. Lake Village at the plate. 0-0 the score. All comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Popped up. Tyler Hall's under it at second. He's got it, and that is the second out of the inning. Nice pitch from Hall, and a nice catch from Hall.
Now batting for Lake Village, number 11, Wiggins.
2 outs there on the inning. Rob Miller still at first base, and Wiggins at the plate here, their 4-hole hitter.
The infield umpire having a discussion with Justin. Probably just making sure he comes set. A lot of young pitchers have a tendency to want to move on with that pitch as soon as they get into the stretch. 2 outs, top of the first. That pitch drops in for a strike, 0-1 count.
And Wiggins really wasn't sure what he wanted to do with that thing right there. He was stepping backwards out of the box as that pitch came in.
So 0-0 score, top of the first. Justin Hall on the hill for the Lumberjacks. Here's the pitch. And that is a ball, 1-1 count with 2 outs. Again, top of the first if you're just joining us. Here's the pitch from Hall. That's outside, 2-1 count. Lake Village, again, if you can see in the right part of your screen, does have a runner on first base. He takes his lead. Hall comes set. Grounder up the middle to Hall. He's got it. Throws it to first. Randy Gorman's got it. And that is the end of the top of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the first. 0-0 the score. Jack's going to try to take an early lead. We'll be back after this commercial break. Stick with us on SaleneRiverTV.com.
Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton heading into the bottom of the first. Chris, the score 0-0. Jacks have a chance to take an early lead. Up to lead off, Logan Adams playing shortstop, the normal pitcher who Coach Robert Cuthbertson would normally go to, but he's playing short as Justin Hall is on the mound today. Then you will have Justin Hall, of course, coming up in the number 2 slot, and then the DH, Noah Lecco.
And Lecco's a young guy they've been really happy with at the plate. Feel good about him there in the 3-hole. Got 2 seniors there starting it off. Justin Hall did a nice job on the mound, doing exactly what he needed to do against a team like this, throwing the ball across the plate and making him put it in play.
Yeah, and we will get started with the bottom of the first here in just a second. Logan Adams has done a nice job so far this season leading it off for the Jacks, but I think needing a little bit more production, of course, as any team would out of the bottom part of the order.
No, definitely. And today they've kind of changed some things around. A.J. Moore getting a start in left field. Cole Rawls getting a start in right. And they've got Aaron Church has dropped down. He was hitting 3 early in the year, or 4 early in the year. He's dropped down, hitting 6 today.
Yeah, we'll send it down to the field now. Number 5, Logan Adams, to lead it off for the Lumberjacks. Here's the pitch. That's low, 1-0 count. 1-0 count, no outs in the bottom of the first. Again, Logan Adams at the plate for the Lumberjacks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0 count now to Adams. Be a patient hitter right here if you're Adams. Good start. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0 count. And Chris, do we have a name for number 8 for Lake Village that's on the mound?
We're going to try to check that on the...
Let's see. Perhaps Johnson, I believe, is the name. That pitch is outside. Logan Adams gets a leadoff walk, so a nice start for Warren. Justin Hall stepping up to the plate next.
Number 8, Justin Hall.
So 4 straight balls right there by Johnson off the mound for Lake Village.
As we said earlier in this streamcast, both these teams hungry for a first conference win, so to get an early lead is a big deal. Adams goes. That pitch outside and no throw whatsoever. Stolen base for number 5.
Young man didn't have a chance behind the plate. He didn't field it real clean, and Adams may have beat out the throw on his own. pretty athletic young man.
Here's the pitch. Grounder, little chipper to the shortstop. He's got it, throws it to first, and it is not caught by the first baseman, so the Lumberjacks will have runners at the corners. And up steps number 13, the DH, Noah Lecco.
Now batting for Warren, number 13, Noah Lecco.
He just put that ball in play right there, Chris, and made something happen.
And then shortstop came up firing. The ball needed to be handled by the first baseman there a little bit better than what it was.
The runner goes at first. That ball swung at, foul tipped off to the right side by number 13, Lecco. So Hall will trot back to first base. Adams getting set to take his lead at third. Coach Cuthbertson having a discussion with Lecco. Apparently, maybe a miscommunication on the signs. I don't think he was meant to take a hack at that one. Hall takes another lead. Runner goes. The throw goes to second all the way through, but Adams is going to score at the plate. Hall's going to move over to third. A better throw, and you might have a chance of getting the runner at second base. But fortunately for the Lumberjacks, Adams is able to take advantage, and the Lumberjacks now have one run on the board. So 1-0 the score here in the bottom of the first with no outs and a 1-1 count to Noah Lecco.
Lake Village really struggled right there with that sequence. Probably don't want to make that throw to start with.
Sure.
And then shortstop came up and made an errant throw back home. Adams was going to score no matter what.
That pitch fouled off to the backstop. 1-2 the count. Again, Lumberjacks have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first over the Lake Village Beavers. No outs in the bottom of the inning. Lecco just needs to put it in play here. Got to fight off this count. Here's the pitch. And that ball is called a strike three on the corner. So one down in the bottom of the first.
Tough pitch to handle right there, Rob, from Noah Lecco. I'm not real sure he would have been able to do much with it right there, and kind of the victim of being really aggressive early in the count and got himself in a hole.
Number 15, Drake Jones, the third baseman, steps up to the plate. That ball low, nice block by the catcher of Lake Village. So one down in the bottom of the first. Jacks have one out, as I just said, and a 1-0 lead. And Justin Hall on base at third. Here's the pitch. The ball gets away from the catcher. Hall's coming home. Not going to be any play at the plate. And Hall, an interesting slide there. But he gets in there. 2-0 now the score. So now the base is cleared with just one out. Get number 15, the third baseman, Drake Jones, at the plate with a 2-0 count. A chance to continue the good things here in the first inning for the Lumberjacks. Here's the pitch. That ball catches the outside corner, 2-1 the count.
Nice pitch right there, down 2-0 by Johnson for Lake Village. Get a strike there on the board.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That ball outside, 3-1 the count with one down in the bottom of the first. Again, if you're just joining us, Lumberjacks have a 2-0 lead. And up next on deck for the Lumberjacks, number 4, Troy Sellers, the center fielder. And behind him would be number 22, Aaron Church, the catcher for the Jacks. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That ball cuts down, makes it 3-2. We're all full up. So one out in the bottom of the first. Jacks have a 2-0 lead over Lake Village. Here's the 3-2 count. Pitch. And that ball is inside, ball 4. Jones will take first base. And up next, number 4, Troy Sellers.
Now batting for Warren, number 4, Troy Sellers.
Second walk of the inning right there by Johnson for the Beavers. He got himself in a tough spot here. Already given up 2 runs. He was able to get the strikeout of Lecco, but senior Troy Sellers right here at the plate is going to be a tough out.
So one down in the bottom of the first. Sellers squares the bunt. That ball will get past the catcher, and Jones will take second base. Lakeville is struggling right now to keep pitches in the zone.
Well, they're having a hard time, Rob. Not getting a whole lot of help behind the plate. Of course, the pitcher's putting him in a tough spot.
Here's the pitch. Line drive to left field. It's going to be down. Nice hit from Sellers. Jones headed home. There's going to be a play at the plate. And
Nice
he
throw.
is out. Beautiful throw. Sellers headed to third. That ball's going to get away, but he will have to stay at third. Nice play by the shortstop to back up the third baseman. So the run does not score. So 2 outs.
Now batting for Warren, number 22, Aaron Church.
2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Jacks have a 2-0 lead. Ball just hit pretty hard right there to left field, Chris, and that makes that play tough.
And Lake Village did a nice job with the relay back in. They played that about as well as you could have. And
Number 22, Aaron Church, now at the plate. Dribbler to third. Third baseman's got it. Throws it to first. That ball is not picked out by the first baseman. So Church will take second. 1 run does score. Sellers able to come in. Church is able to make it all the way to third base.
I'll tell you what, that's a tough deal right there for Lake Village. They go first to third on another mistake by the first baseman.
Number 12, Tyler Hall.
So 2 outs. Jacks have a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Number 12, Tyler Hall, is second baseman at the plate. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for Aaron Church, and that is going to be number 25, Calix Harris. So Hall at the plate, Harris at third. Here's the pitch.
Harris is a pretty good young athlete. We saw him against Drew Central in the Drew Central tournament. He got a chance to get in the ball game, got picked off at first base, but still a young guy, only a freshman trying to figure it out.
Here's the 1-0 pitch with 2 outs. It's high, 2-0 count. And I'm sure Coach Cuthbertson's probably going to be preaching in the second inning, just patience.
This young man, he's been extremely erratic off the mound. And Warren's had a lot of gifts, and they've squandered some opportunities, getting thrown out at the plate, and then the Electo didn't have a real good at bat, hitting the 3-hole for him.
Here's the 3-0 pitch with 2 outs. And that catches the inside corner for a strike. 3-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Jacks up 3-0 over the Beavers. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Outside, ball 4, so runners at the corners for the orange and black. And up steps number 28, the first baseman, Randy Gorman.
Now batting for Warren, number 28, Randy Gorman.
And Gorman, the senior transfer from Hermitage, played a lot of baseball. He got a good understanding of the game, and he needs a big hit right here for the Lumberjacks. Got first and third up 3-0 here in the first inning.
Hall takes his lead at first. Ball popped up to the right side. Nobody's going to get to it, though. That'll be a foul. So an 0-1 count now to Gorman. Again, if you missed any portion of this game, check out our story on SalineRiverChronicle.com on tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll have full coverage of this game. Of course, the Warren soccer team is also playing in Whitehall this afternoon, and I'll give you an update on that a little bit later in the game, Chris. I've been following Warren soccer a good bit this season and try to keep you updated on, if you're not a big soccer fan, who all is playing for the Jacks and how they're doing. Hall takes his lead at first. Gorman at the plate. Harris at third. 2 outs, 0-1 count. Nice stop by Johnson on the mound. Throws it to first. That's the third out of the inning. We're going to the top of the second. Jacks have a 3-0 lead. We'll be back after these messages.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beavers Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beavers Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. For over 2 years, SalineRiverChronicle.com has been the fastest growing news source in Bradley County. Currently, SalineRiverChronicle.com gets around 15,000 page views per week. It's the only local news source in Bradley County that provides fast breaking news, full color photography, and live video coverage through the new SalineRiverTV.com. And guess what else? SalineRiverChronicle.com is updated every single day. That's right, it's a daily local news source. Help us spread the word about SalineRiverChronicle.com.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com, a partner website of SalineRiverChronicle.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. Heading into the top of the second, Jacks have a 3-0 lead. Chris, do you have any stats from the first?
Warren was able to put 3 runs on the board, 2 earned off 1 hit, 3 Lake Village errors, left 2 guys stranded on base, and really left a pretty good opportunity out there. Got a poor at bat from a senior, Randy Gorman, right there to record a 3rd out of the inning. A little bit disappointed by that, but they'll try to hold Lake Village here and put some more runs on the board here in the bottom of the second.
Even though the Jacks have a 3-0 lead, there was kind of 2 at-bats there in the bottom of the first. 2 at-bats in the bottom of the first that were what would be considered weak at-bats.
There were. Lecco kind of got a little bit too aggressive early in his at-bat after the pitcher had thrown 4 straight balls to Logan Adams to start the game. And Justin Hall had swung on the first pitch and reached. And then Gorman struggled right there in his at-bat.
Here we go at the top of the second. That ball low and inside for a 1-0 count. And Justin Hall on the mound for Warren. Coach Cuthbertson needing a big game out of the senior. Here's the pitch. It's popped up to the right side. Rawls after it. It's going to drop fair. At least a double, probably a triple. Ball gets in. Nope. He's going to hold that second, as you can see at your screen. And just a nice piece of hitting right there by Lake Village.
And just got that thing inside the line there in right field. It looked like it may have landed on the line from here. But a fair ball and a double right there to lead off the top of the second for Lake Village.
So a nice way to respond if you're a Beaver fan. Hall comes set, no outs, top of the second. Ball outside, runner goes. Church throws it. They're in a rundown. And he is out.
Nice job executing
nice
that
job.
right there.
A nice throw by Aaron Church. Nice stop by Church. Nice catch over there by Drake Jones. And really, that's a clinical finish defensively.
Yeah, they played that pretty well. I know Coach Cuthbertson will be excited about that. That's one of the things you struggle with early in the season. It's how you defend situations like that.
Well, we actually saw when we were covering the Southeast Arkansas Slugfest tournament, they actually got, I think, maybe 1 or 2 runners in a rundown, and I don't think either one of them were able to convert that successfully. So a nice improvement there.
Definitely. As you go, we're still early in the conference season. Only the 3rd conference game for both these clubs.
1-1 count with 1 out. Of course, that more importantly clears the runner off the bases, so the threat's kind of gone.
Yeah, a tough blow right there for Lake Village, wasting a leadoff double. I know they're disappointed.
Here's the pitch. That ball's low, just overextending himself a little bit. 2-1 the count with 1 out in the top of the second. Again, Jacks, you don't have a scoreboard on your screen. Jacks leading 3-0. We're working on that scoreboard, though. It's not too far away, hopefully. All comes set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. So Lake Village will have a runner on first.
Hall got in the hole there early with, Church made a nice play on a ball thrown into the left-handed batter's box and wound up being able to get the leadoff hitter in a rundown. But really kind of errant there early in that at-bat.
So 1 out in the top of the second. Lake Village has a runner on first. Here's the pitch from Hall. And that's high for a 1-0 count. So needs to find a little bit of a rhythm here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Again, 1 out, top of the second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. So a chance here to get a big second out. Still just a runner on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hall. And that is a strike. Swinging strike, strike 3. 2 down now in the top of the second. So now number 5, Young, comes up for the Beavers. Really, Warren's infield so far, other than the rundown, hasn't had a whole lot of work to do.
Not at all. They've.
Here's the pitch. That's a high for a 1-0 count.
Had a pop up to second baseman Tyler Hall in the first inning. Had a ground ball back to pitcher Justin Hall to close out the first inning, and we've seen a double, a walk, and a strikeout here in the second.
So a 1-0 count with 2 outs in the top of the second. That pitch outside for a 2-0 count now. Jack's up 3-0. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching a presentation of Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com, a partner website of SalineRiverChronicle.com. A swing and a miss. 2-1 now the count.
Not a very good cut there by Young. He was kind of stepping back with his front foot there on the swing.
And that pitch low now for a 3-1 count. Hall in the stretch. Comes set. Runner on first for the Beavers. A swing and a miss. We're all full up with 2 outs. 3-2 count.
You know, and the way this thing's shaping up, Rob, we've seen a bloop single into right field. We've seen a double that might have landed on the line in right. It's becoming apparent. You just throw the thing across the plate against this team, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
As we spoke about earlier, a chance for Coach Cuthbertson to not use up one of his ace pitchers and get through this ball game maybe with 2 fresh guys come Thursday against Star City. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Nobody's going to be there, and that's luckily throw sails to the right side a little bit and slows down.
That's another situation right there. A freshman catcher's got to understand that. It's 3-2 count. That guy's going to walk on the ball. Nobody's covering, and that could have been real bad.
A miscommunication. That pitch high, 1-0 count. Now going to have a little bit of a conference at the mound. Church heads out there. And Justin has had some mechanical problems here in his throwing motion in the past, and they've worked on that obviously. And he's looking pretty good here early in this matchup. But you just don't want to take any chances. Still just a 3-0 lead. Game far from over here in the top of the second.
And this inning's been sloppy. He had the double, kind of the good luck double to right field, but walking 2, he's been erratic at times. Church saved him early in the inning with, kind of snagging a pitch into the left-handed batter's box and then being able to get that young man into a rundown.
And that pitch was low, makes it a 2-0 count with 2 outs in the top of the second. Again, Jacks have a 3-0 lead. Hall on the mound, Justin Hall. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's outside, 3-0 count. So the danger here is you load the bases up
without forcing them to really earn anything.
Sure, yeah. He comes set. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's a strike, 3-1. Got to fight back here. You can see the shadows starting to creep towards home plate a little bit. That could come into play around the third or fourth inning. Here's the pitch. And that is a called strike on the outside corner, 3-2 count. So we have a full count with 2 outs in the top of the second. Justin needing a big pitch here. He's made 2 already.
They want to get out of it right here to the 9-hole hitter.
And that is strike 3. Nice pitch. We're going to the bottom of the second. Jacks have a 3-0 lead. Stick with us here on SaleneRiverTV.com. This presentation of Lumberjack Live will be back in just a second.
Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on.
Welcome back to this presentation of Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com. Warren's got a 3-0 lead over the Lake Village Beavers going into the bottom of the second. Up next will be number 10, A.J. Mooring, the left fielder, then the right fielder, number 32, Cole Rawls, and then back to leadoff spot at number 5, Logan Adams playing shortstop. Will be hitting third this inning. Throw goes down. Beautiful day for baseball, by the way, Chris.
It was a very nice day, especially considering what the last few have looked like. So glad to be able to get out here and get this thing in. Lake Village right there. No runs, no earned runs off one hit, no errors, 2 guys left on base. Kind of a sloppy inning by the Lumberjacks. They're going to try to pour on some more runs here in the bottom of the second.
Got a chance to extend that lead a little bit. Right now it's at 3-0. But, of course, as I just stated at last inning, far from over. Here's the pitch to Mooring. Johnson on the mound for Lake Village. That pitch is a ball, 1-0 the count with no outs in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch to Mooring. Swings at that one.
Gonna be a
knocks
foul ball.
Foul down the right side. So 1-1 now the count.
AJ pitched the second game, pitched against DeWitt in a JV jamboree at Monticello this weekend on Saturday. He had a no-hitter going through 4, and that wound up getting broke up late, but Warren won that ball game 3-2.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Dribbler. Johnson fumbles around with it a little bit, throws it to first, and the play is made. 1 out now for the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the second.
Nice job recovering right there by Johnson on the mound for the Beavers. He understood. He understood he had time. This is Logan Adams back to the top of the order. Of course, Cole Rawls is playing right field, but he's being DH for.
Oh, yeah.
By Noah Lecco.
I knew I had something wrong there. Something looked funny. Thanks for keeping me straight. That's what he makes the big bucks for.
And now right field is normally position Rob played by senior Blake Gorman, and they tinkered with their outfield look today, hoping it gives them a little bit better, a little bit stronger defensive unit out there.
Let me redeem myself. A.J. Mooring led off this inning. Up to plate now. Back to lead off Logan Adams. Justin Hall will hit third. Ball
Nice
knocked
swing
up the
right
middle.
there.
Nice hit. That's going to get down for a single. Adams going to hold at first. So a nice at bat for number 5, Logan Adams, playing shortstop today for the Jacks.
Now batting for one, number 8, Justin Hall.
Number 8, Justin Hall on the mound.
In his first at bat, Rob Hall reached on an error by the shortstop.
He steps up to the plate now. Go ahead.
He shortstop fielded the ball clean in the first inning, made an errant throw over to first.
Adams goes. Throw to the left side of the bag. He will be safe at second. And Coach Cuthbertson, as you can see already, when he's got his speedy guys on the base paths, they're gonna push the Lake Village defense.
And what we've got it now, and unofficially, Rob, our book's unofficial, but we've got 3 stolen bases already for Logan Adams here through 2 innings.
And of course, we had an article back after the weekend of the Dollarway game, the not technical non-conference game. That makes it 1-1 the count there. I believe Troy Sellers now holds the record for what, 5?
5 in a game.
5 stolen bases in a game. So Logan Adams well on his way to possibly adding on to that tally.
And as we said, now our book's unofficial, but we believe it's right.
That ball is going to drop fair. Hall's going to have a single. Adams going home. That run is going to score, so it'll make it 4-0. We've seen several balls fall fair over there on the right side.
The right fielder got a late jump on that. I'm not real sure if he lost it coming off the bat or what the issue was, but thing fell out there and drove in a run for Justin Hall.
So Hall, as he is on the mound, will get a courtesy runner, and that will be number 31, Trent Broughton.
Broughton, another freshman, very athletic young man.
Number 13, Noah Lecco, the DH. Steps up to the plate, looking for a much better at bat than he had the first go around.
And he kind of got froze in his first at bat with a pitch on the outside corner for strike 3, and he a little bit too aggressive early on there in the first inning after Johnson had shown to be pretty wild on the mound for the Lake Village Beavers. Hopefully he'll be a little bit more under control right here and find him a pitch he can drive.
So 1 down for the Jacks here, who are at the plate in the bottom of the second. They have a 4-0 lead playing Lake Village.
And Lecco wants to put this ball in play, give Trent Broughton a chance to run.
Sure.
He's a fast young man there at first base.
Well, you could see Coach Cuthbertson go for the steal here early in this at bat, so you could see Lecco actually be given the sign to hold, but we'll see what happens. Steps up. Broughton takes his lead. Not a very big lead for Broughton at first. Here's the pitch. He's gone. Kind of a delayed steal. The throw is high, and he is safe at second. Going to go on to third. He'll have third easily. He's going to hold at third base.
So nice job right there by Trent Broughton.
And that was a bit of a delayed steal. I'm not sure if that's what it was meant to be.
Yeah, he didn't get a very good jump, and a little bit better throw when he's in trouble right there, but caught a break and then kind of showed his wheels moving over to third base.
So another chance to extend that score to 5-0. Right now it's at 4-0. Lecco at the plate with a 1-0 count and 1 out. And a late swing from Lecco, trying to just relax and get into the rhythm at the plate. So a 1-1 count now. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Shortstop and left fielder looking for it, and it's going to fall. Broughton's going to score. That's going to make it 5-0. So another bloop single. I would hesitate to say that's an error, but it might be on the left fielder. He had plenty of time to get under that.
Somebody's got to take charge of that situation there in left field. We saw that a lot in the Warren softball game we covered. Nobody really taking charge out there. And that ball fell when it shouldn't have. Should have been a second out of the inning right here for Warren.
So Lecco takes a short lead at first. Number 15, Drake Jones at the plate, the third baseman. That pitch high and inside. Lecco's gone. That throw should have been caught. The center fielder's there, and Lecco's going to hold at second base. Might have been able to make it to third.
That was an interesting sequence right there, Rob. That throw should have been fielded by the second baseman.
Now Jones steps back into the box, now steps out. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for the DH.
Yeah, and this may be a little bit of frustration right here on Lecco. Lecco kind of a little bit lost right there as that sequence of events took place at second base, and he may come over and get a talking to here in the dugout. Who did we send on to run for him,
That
Rob?
would be number 6, Devontae Davis.
Deviante Davis.
You can see a guy of short stature, but he probably has a little bit of speed. Jones steps into the box. 1-0 count, 1 out. In the bottom of the second, Jacks have a 5-0 lead over Lake Village, looking for their first conference win. The Jacks are. The 1-0 pitch is a ball, so that makes it 2-0. 2-0 count. And Chris, I did visit at practice one day this week, and the Lumberjacks, they're looking for patience, but they're also looking for much better form at the plate. Took a lot of BP this week. Pitcher fakes to second there, and Davis gets back in time, no throw. But the Jacks they have really worked this week just on their technique at the plate. Had a lot of runners popping up, or a lot of batters popping up. That pitch outside makes it 3-0. But I think again, the thing that Coach Cuthbertson is going to preach day in and day out, it's not just better technique at the plate, but just more patience. We've watched him a little bit, and the patience has to be there, especially in a game like this where you've got an opposing pitcher that's not the most accurate in the world.
And a lot of that too is going to come with experience. It's still a really young ball club, only 5 seniors, no juniors.
3-1 count with 1 out. That's a swing and a miss, so makes it 3-2. Full up with 1 out in the top or in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second, Jacks have a 5-0 lead. Drake Jones at the plate with the 3-2 count. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Ball low, gets away from the catcher, so Davis is going to get to third. Jones is going to be at first with the walk. And runners now at the corners for number 4, the center fielder, Troy Sellers.
And Troy doubled in his first at bat, Rob. They would love for him to duplicate that right here. If he doubles, Drake Jones ought to be able to score from first.
Troy, a very hard worker on this team, works on his game all year long. It's see a lot of guys in high school sports today that are year-round football players. Well, Troy's one of those. He's really a year-round baseball player too.
And he's a very important piece to the puzzle here for the Warren Lumberjacks.
Jones goes. He will take second. Davis stays at third. A lot of young guys on this ball club for the Lumberjacks. And Sellers at the plate. 1 out in the bottom of the second. They've got a 5-0 lead over Lake Village. Grounder to the shortstop. A little dribbler. He's going to hold, no play whatsoever with Troy with that nice speed heading down the first baseline. And so 1 run comes in. Davis scores for the Jacks.
Infield single right there for Troy Sellers. Drives in a run.
Number 22, Aaron Church.
Aaron Church will step up with runners at the corners. 1 out in the bottom of the second, and the Jacks have a 6-0 lead. And this is really the time that Coach Cuthbertson is going to want to see his team just push on and put another couple of runs on the board, maybe even 4 or 5.
I tell you what, they would love nothing more than to be able to get out of this 15 after 3 against a team that they're better than, and we, our viewers can see that, we can see that, and they'd like to pour some runs on right here, get some young guys some work.
Of course, you can see the shadows inching closer and closer. They're all over the plate now, so a little bit of vision or light differentiation could come into play in just a few moments. Sellers is going to go for second, popped up, out of play. So that makes it an 0-1 count. And really, that's, Chris, I know I'm technically the play-by-play guy here, but I'd like to interject my opinion here if you don't mind. That's one of the things I don't like to see from many hitters. I've always been a guy that like to see hitters that get up there and at least take the first pitch, see where it's going to be.
Especially in a situation like today, Rob, this kid's been all over the place. And you get up there and you get so aggressive and raring to go that you make a mistake early in the at-bat.
That ball's going to get down, and tough play for Lake Village as it drops between the mound and second base. Jones is going to score at the plate for the Lumberjacks, and that makes it 7-0 with one out.
Now batting for Warren, number 12, Tyler Hall.
Number 12, Tyler Hall, steps up to the plate, the second baseman for the Lumberjacks, with runners at first and second. Number 25 is going to come in, Calix Harris, to be the courtesy runner for Aaron Church, who just had the infield single.
And we may be seeing a deal right here, Rob, where the wheels are about to fall off for the Lake Village Beavers. Warren's able to bloop singles just where they're not and catch some breaks on the base pass, and really nothing going Lake Village's way right here.
Johnson steps off, fakes to second base. Sellers is back in plenty of time. Sellers playing a lot of mind games out there with Johnson on the mound. Here's the pitch. And that pitch high. 1-0 count with one out in the bottom of the second. Again, Jacks have a 7-0 lead.
And Tyler Hall walked in his first at bat for the Lumberjacks. Every batter except for A.J. Mooring has reached base this inning for Warren. So been a productive frame right here for the Lumberjacks.
Harris takes his lead at first. Oh, that pitch gets all the way behind Hall. Sellers is going to stop at third. Thinks about coming home, but heads back. And Harris is going to be at second. So runners at second and third for the Lumberjacks, with Tyler Hall at the plate, and a 2-0 count with one out in the bottom of the second inning and a 7-0 lead. As you can see there, the Lake Village pitching coach having a little bit of discussion with Johnson on the mound. And
well, it's got to be a tough conversation to have, Rob. This young man is, a lot of the stuff that's been hit against him been bloop single stuff that probably should have been fielded at times. He's had some ground balls that probably plays should have been made on. And you can understand if he's a little bit frustrated. Of course, he's walked a good number himself. But not real sure what Lake Village has to turn to. Only 9 kids on this team, or 9 kids are dressed out today.
You probably, I would assume, see a change coming if maybe one more run comes across. Really surprised he's staying with him right here. But, he may just maybe trying to save his, I don't know what their schedule is this week, but he may be trying to save his ace, or if this guy is his ace, there may just not be a solid pitcher behind him, as is the case.
He may just be holding on, trying to get out of it, which is unfortunate, but a reality.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a miss from Tyler Hall. 2-2 count with one out in the bottom of the second. Jacks up 7-0 over Lake Village. Again, stick with us. Again, after this ball game's over, it's looking like if the Jacks are able to continue on this road, we may have a bit of an early end of this game. But just stay with us. Not over yet. But after the game's over, we'll have the Saline.com post-game report brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's outside ball 4. Hall will take first. So the base is loaded for the Lumberjacks. And number 28, Randy Gorman, going to be at the plate looking for a little bit better at bat.
Now batting for Warren, number 28, Randy Gorman.
And at his first at bat, Rob, he kind of fought off a ball high and inside on the first pitch, blooped it over into foul territory, and then hit a lazy ground ball back to the pitcher. He needs something right here that he can drive. Infield's going to play up. Bases loaded, one out.
That pitch outside, 1-0 count. Now that's a good approach. Just take that first pitch and make him, until you get a strike, just make him throw something to you.
Exactly. He's had trouble maintaining. Well, that's a
nice
nice
he threw
hit
one right there. That's down in the gap. 2 runs are going to score, and Tyler Hall is going to hold at second. So Sellers and Calix Harris will both score. Harris may be a little bit bunged up on the play. We'll see holding his left ankle a little bit, but trotting back to the dugout. He looks all right.
Nice piece of hitting right there by senior Randy Gorman.
And that makes the score 9-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Gorman at first for the Lumberjacks and Hall on second base. Here's A.J. Mooring at the plate. That ball popped up, another first pitch swing, and that's going to be an infield fly and an out. Johnson catches it, and again, that's when you got a guy that's not throwing strikes. That's not at all the approach you want to take at the plate.
We've got 2 outs here in the second inning, and they've both been recorded by A.J. Mooring at the plate. A ground ball back to the pitcher, and he popped up right there to the pitcher.
He's just a little over aggressive, trying to make a play.
And you're exactly right, Rob. His first at bat this inning, he saw 1 pitch and then grounded out on the second. Right there, he swung on the first pitch, popped it up to the pitcher.
Logan Adams back to the top of the order for the Lumberjacks at the plate, the shortstop. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Adams swings at the first pitch there, and the center fielder's got it. I mean, that's the same case. I know that's a strong hit right there from Adams, but again, 2 outs, and you got a guy that's not throwing many strikes. Make him earn it.
Exactly. Work him a little bit deeper into the count and see if you can't get get in a situation where he's down 3-0 again, and you're in control of that at bat. But a nice little inning right there for the Lumberjacks.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching SalineRiverTV.com's live presentation of Lumberjack Live. Again, SalineRiverTV.com, a partner website of SalineRiverChronicle.com.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith.
Welcome back to this presentation of Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. Going into the top of the third, Lumberjacks have a 9-0 lead over the Lake Village Beavers. A good inning last in the bottom of the second. But again, I know you got a 9-0 lead, but probably an opportunity to extend it well beyond that and swinging at some bad pitches early in the count.
Exactly. The 3 outs that inning, Rob, it was a 2-pitch at bat and 2 1-pitch at bats right there to record the 3 outs in the bottom of the second. So definitely a little bit frustrating right there, being too aggressive and giving Lake Village some help. Warren was able to put up 6 runs. All 6 were earned off 6 hits, no errors, and left 2 guys stranded in the bottom of the second inning to push the lead to 9-0.
So Church will throw down to second. About to get started with the top of the third. Again, Lumberjacks wearing white in the field for the top of the inning since we are at home.
And we're going to go to the top of the order here for Lake Village.
Now, Trish Meteorami, stick with us after this half inning. We were not going to take a break. We'll talk a little bit about the Lumberjack soccer program and where they are today. Here's the pitch from Hall to start off the top of the third. That ball low, 1-0 count. If you're just joining us, Jacks here still early in this ball game, in top of the third, have a 9-0 lead over Lake Village. Here's the pitch from Hall. Popped up to center field. Sellers underneath it. He's a solid center fielder, and that's why right there. 1 down now in the top of the third.
Batting for Lake Village, number 6, Miller.
And a nice job, routine play right there by a senior in center field.
Yeah, of course, Warren has had some problems in the field this year. A few errors here and there have cost us some pretty crucial runs, especially against DeWitt, from what I understand. Again, we didn't get to watch that ball game, but of course, Logan Adams was he on the mound against DeWitt? I believe he was
so.
For most of that ball game, at least. That ball fouled up towards the camera. 1-1 now the count. 1 down, 1-1 count in the top of the third. Justin Hall still on the mound for the Jacks. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. And Hall doing a pretty good job right here of making the Lake Village offense work for it. That pitch low. Not a bad pitch with 2 strikes. A little lower than you probably want it, but nothing easy to hit there. 2-2 count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Nice job right there by Justin Hall.
2 outs in the top of the third. Quick work being done by Hall.
It's the first time in his 2 2/3 inning of work that he's recorded outs on the first 2 batters of the inning. So in good shape right here onto the 3-hole hitter Johnson, who's the pitcher for the Beavers.
Attempted curveball. Again, having trouble getting on top of that pitch. And that's a dangerous one to throw to what is probably a pretty good hitter here in Johnson. A lot of high school pitchers you'll see are pretty good hitters in effect, and you see a lot of professional teams that the pitchers don't necessarily get all that much work in BP, but on high school level, a lot of times your pitcher will be one of your better hitters, and Johnson, I think right here hitting in number 3 hole, he probably is. And that ball low for makes it a 2-1 count with 2 outs in the top of the third. Again, Lumberjacks, if you're just joining us, you Jack fans out there, you're watching SaleneRiverTV.com. Lumberjacks have a 9-0 lead over Lake Village. Hall out of the stretch, comes set. Grounder. Tyler Hall's got it at second, throws it to first. Gorman's got it and makes the tag. That is the third out of the inning. Nice play. Throw pulled him off, but good job by Randy Gorman.
It's a nice job right there by a senior. Played a lot of baseball, and Gorman able to come off and make that tag.
All right, Chris, as I said, we're not going to take a commercial break during this half. What we'd like to talk about now is a little bit of Lumberjack soccer, moving into a different sport. Of course, the softball game was scheduled for today as well, but it got canceled.
Drew Central's playing in the El Dorado Chemical Classic in Northland. They had a game today. That's why that ball game's not on the schedule anymore.
The Lumberjack and Lady Jack soccer teams, though, are traveling to Whitehall today. That game was scheduled to start at 5, so we're about, 28 minutes into that ball game. And, of course, in high school soccer, as we've learned, typically a professional game would be 45-minute halves, but in high school soccer it's 40 minutes, and the clock can stop on penalty kicks. And I guess perhaps maybe when the referee just calls for a foul or something that or any length period of time the game is going to be stopped. But normally a clock would run the entire time. It doesn't stop when the ball goes out of bounds and whatnot. But the Lumberjacks got a historic first win last week. And that was last Monday, I believe. They played Monticello. I followed the Lumberjacks. We covered their first game against Sheridan. They lost by the score. The boys did by the score of 3-0. And Sheridan was a good team. From what I understand, they were the 6A runners-up last year in the state playoffs. I believe. I don't know that for certain, but they're obviously not a bad soccer club. And then they went on to face El Dorado in an El Dorado tournament later that weekend, and then they came back Monday. And actually, in the El Dorado tournament, they lost by the score of 2-0 to El Dorado. So they improved a little bit, obviously. Came back, and after facing 2 pretty tough teams, really gave Monticello all they wanted to Monday night and won by the score of 4-1. Carlos Yepes, the left winger, gets the first goal ever in the history of Warren Lumberjack soccer, and I believe also on the board was Antonio Dubon. Also on the board for the Lumberjacks in that ball game was Omar Macias and Seth St. John. So 4 different guys. That's the good thing. 4 different guys were able to score goals in that game. When you get that kind of production from all around your forwards and your midfielders, things can go well for your soccer club, and they're going to play a big game today against Whitehall, which is where they are now.
All right. Exciting honor for those young men to be able to be a part of that.
That ball fouled off by Hall here in the bottom of the third. Jacks have a 9-0 lead, 0-1 count to Hall, who's at the plate.
6 runs right here by the Lumberjacks in this frame, which is what they scored in the second. We'll end it 15 after 3.
Here's the pitch from Johnson. Pitch outside, 1-1 the count. And as we saw there with that first strike, Hall swung at it. I mean, again, we just kind of continue to swing at those first pitches. And I know that some of them may not necessarily be bad pitches to swing at, but here's a foul ball. The catcher's under it, and he's got it first out of the inning. So 1 down in the bottom of the third. And that's unfortunate. That's not really the way you want to start off this bottom half of the third. But number 32, Cole Rawls at the plate. I'm guessing Lecco, since he came off and actually was Deviante Harris, or Davis, I apologize, Deviante Davis pinch ran for Lecco, who was the DH hitting in the number 3 slot. So Rawls is going to get to hit in that slot now.
And Lecco should be
back in his slot.
I believe that Lecco is now done for the game. I believe that's how it works with the designated hitter in high school baseball. Once they leave, they do not re-enter.
So Rawls playing right field for the Lumberjacks this evening. Here's the pitch from Johnson, the 0-1. Outside, 1-1 now the count.
And as we progress through this ball game, Rob, it's probably pretty safe to assume that we'll see a lot of these young guys start to get some at-bats and some work in spots.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's low, 2-1 count now. Drake Jones on deck for the Lumberjacks. Troy Sellers right behind him.
Stay right there.
Rawls gets set at the plate for this 2-1 pitch with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. That's high, 3-1 now the count. Lumberjacks leading Lake Village by a score of 9-0. And seeing a young, patient hitter here. It's a good sign for the Jacks. And there's a swing for a strike. 3-2 now the count.
It's a young group of guys they're excited about. They're really excited about how coachable this team is for the most part. And they'll be losing 5 seniors after this year, but returning a core of the group.
Here's the 3-2 pitch with 1 out. That ball is called a strike 3 on the inside corner.
You got to wonder if Lake Village isn't getting a little bit of help right here. They're struggling bad to throw strikes. And
Now batting for Warren, number 15, Drake Jones.
that's a tough pitch to call right there on the inside corner.
Yeah, a little bit of doubt in Rawls' eyes there, as you could kind of see. He was a little bit concerned. It was close.
And sometimes you see umpires against teams that aren't very good. They try to help them out a little bit as the game goes on. But that was a tough pitch. I don't know if Cole Rawls could have done anything with that, even if he took a cut at it.
Well, Drake Jones now at the plate, number 15, the 3rd baseman for Warren. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd, 9-0 in the score. Lumberjacks on top. Popped foul off to the right side, 1-1 now the count. In the first 2 innings would definitely not be a mirror image of this inning so far. Jack's been unable to get much started here in the bottom of the 3rd. That pitch outside, 2-1 now the count. Johnson from the stretch gets set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled back. Makes it a 2-2 count. Sellers on deck, the center fielder for the orange and black.
Jones up here 3rd here in this inning. They've already got 2 outs on the scoreboard.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off to the right side. He hangs in there, still 2-2. Jacks really just need to get a runner on, make something happen here. At least try to get maybe 1 run out of this inning. That ball hit to the gap. That's going to be down. That's going to be a single for the 3rd baseman, Drake Jones. And number 4, Troy Sellers, now steps up to the plate.
And we talked about this, Rob, at the Seahawks Slugfest over at Drew Central. The new bats have taken a little bit of the pop away from some of these kids. That ball looked like it was hit real well off the bat and wound up being a single into left center.
I'm afraid to know what my average would have been in high school if we've been using these bats.
Well, it changes how the ball explodes off the bat now with these BB Core bats.
I've been unable to get my hands on one, but I have talked to a couple of kids, and they just say that it almost like the sweet spot is down to about 1 inch at most. And I've spoken to Coach Cuthbertson's son, Denon, who spent a lot of time as what I would call a student of baseball, and he says it's much more like swinging, getting the feel of a wooden bat, not necessarily that it gets the same bounce or anything, but that it just doesn't have the power of the aluminum.
Exactly, and you can hear it just on the sound of the bat. You can hear the difference, and they do. They play like really expensive wood bats.
Sellers pulls that one left, and it's going to be well foul. Pretty close to the fence, though. If he gets that in fair territory, it might have been a home run. Tough to see from my angle, though. So a 1-2 count to Sellers at the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Jacks have a runner on first and a 9-0 lead. Aaron Church, the catcher, on deck. Johnson comes set. Here's the pitch. That's low and inside. 2-2 count. Temperature's really warmed up today. Glad to be in here in the air conditioning. I don't know about you. Jones takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch. Sellers, grounder. That's going to get through. So the runners will now be at first and second with 2 outs. So a chance to do something here with 2 outs.
Nice piece of hitting right there by Troy Sellers. 2-2 count. Got 2 on, and you got Aaron Church coming up to the plate. Aaron has reached on an error and singled today.
Now batting for Warren, number 22, Aaron Church.
So Church steps up to the plate. I believe he had a little bloop infield single on his last at bat, if I'm correct, right between the mound and second base, kind of in no man's land. The smallest, really the only place in the infield you're going to be able to pop one up like that and not have somebody in the area. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 1-0 the count.
And now this inning started, Rob, with a little looper to the catcher in foul territory and a strikeout looking by the Lumberjacks. So they've got 2 on, all with 2 guys out in the inning.
That pitch is going to get away from the Lake Village catcher, so the runners will move up to second and third. Jones at third, Sellers at second. With a 2-0 count and 2 outs, a chance to get that all-important 10th run, because it would be 10 after 5 then. That is a mercy rule effect, but it doesn't go into effect until the 5th.
That's exactly right, and they getting some good work in here, getting some good at-bats, competing a little bit right here.
Grounder, shortstop,
Yeah,
no play going to be there. Sellers going to hold at third. Jones is going to score for Warren, so that makes the score 10-0 with 2 outs, runners at the corners, and number 3, Dylan Rook.
Going to hit for Tyler Hall right here.
It looks like number 25, Calix Harris, is going to courtesy run for the catcher. Chris, try to explain to our viewers the concept of the courtesy runner. Some people may not be familiar with it.
In high school baseball and softball, the pitcher and catcher can be ran for, and that's in order to keep the pitcher fresh, let the catcher get in, get his equipment and all on, and do what he needs to do so they don't delay the game between innings. But they can be courtesy ran for, and the courtesy runner, he can enter and re-enter as many times as that player gets on base, but he can also go into the game at another position later on in the contest. So it's kind of like a free substitute for those 2 players.
And I think, like you said, the basic purpose behind that rule is a time-saving measure. You want to have your pitcher and catcher out there ready to go. And the catching equipment, it takes a little bit of time to put on. And when you get a catcher out there and he's on first base with 2 outs, you need to get him in there. If he's you can elect not to use the courtesy runner.
In a situation maybe where your catcher's one of your better base runners, better ball players in general.
Let's see, that's another situation. Harris goes towards second, and Rook swings at it. Again, kind of not what you want when you got the steal called there.
Especially in a first and third situation right there. Go ahead and take that. Let him move on to second. Have runners on second and third with 2 outs here. Rook only a freshman.
That pitch outside, Harris is going to take second base. Yeah, I was talking about that coaches can elect not to use that courtesy runner for the catcher, but I can promise you with my speed, at the time I played, it was used. Rook at the plate with 2 outs. That pitch high makes it a 2-1 count. Jacks have a 10-0 lead here in the bottom of the third, and they've done all this. They got in the 1 run and runners at second, third with all 2 outs. Dylan Rook at the plate with a 2-1 count. Swings. That one's popped up, foul to the right side, makes it a 2-2 count. 10-0. Bottom of the third. Jacks on top of the Lake Village Beavers. Warren looking for its first conference win of the season. Here's the pitch from Johnson. Rook, base hit up the middle. 2 runs are going to come in. Sellers is going to score. Throw comes in, but no chance. And actually, Rook's going to be able to take second base. So Sellers and Harris both score. Makes it 12-0. 2 outs. Rook's on second. Nice at bat right there by Dylan Rook.
That's outstanding at bat for a young man. Only a freshman driving in 2 runs right there with a single.
And runners were playing up.
Now batting for Warren, number 7, Austin Emmanuel.
For an odd reason, the second baseman was pretty close up. With 2 outs, you really just want to back up and keep it in front of you and get the out at first. But kind of an odd setup there by Lake Village. So Rook at second base. Number 7 now entering the game for the Lumberjacks, Austin Emmanuel. And I believe he's going to play first base, take the place of number 28, Randy Gorman. So you're seeing some subs. I'm not sure on that, but I'm pretty positive.
I imagine Emmanuel will probably stay on and play defense here in the bottom half of this inning, or in the top half of the inning.
You're seeing a lot of faces that you're going to see in the coming years get a chance to play here in this ball game for the Jacks. Rook takes his lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Jacks up 12-0. Grounder to the third baseman. He's got it. Rook goes. That ball gets away from the first baseman. Emmanuel's going to take second base. Rook's going to score. He's going to make it 13-0. Emmanuel going to go about a quarter of the way, go back to second. So he's at second base now with 2 outs and a chance here. Number 31, Trent Broughton, comes into this ball game to hit. And he's going to take the place of A.J. Mooring in left field, if I'm looking at this correctly.
And this is evidence of the courtesy runner being able to re-enter the game later on.
Yeah.
Trent courtesy ran early in the ball game for Justin Hall. He's going to come in right here and hit for A.J. Mooring.
We do want to welcome any fans, if we have any from Lake Village, that are watching this ball game. I know we've had a lot of viewers from around from opposing teams that have watched our programs. We do appreciate it very much, and we hope you're enjoying it. I know a tough day right here for the Beavers, but we're still glad to have those viewers if they're watching.
Definitely, still appreciate them tuning in for us. And of course, it's a 14-game conference schedule for these 8 4A teams, so still a lot of time for Lake Village to get things right.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Broughton swings, and that back foot comes up. Not really what we would call squashing the bug back there. And that's what we talked about. A lot of BP going on this week for the Lumberjacks in practice, and they're really working on those hitting mechanics. But some of these younger guys didn't necessarily get that same amount of time at the plate this week. All right, we're going to the top of the fourth. The Jacks have a 13-0 lead. If they can hold Lake Village here, get to the bottom of the inning and score 2 more runs, this game would then be over. All right, stick with us on SalinaRiverTV.com's live presentation of Lumberjack Live. Again, Jacks up 13-0. We'll be back after these messages.
Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556.
Welcome back. You're watching SalinaRiverTV.com's live presentation of Lumberjack Live. The Warren Lumberjacks taking on Lake Village Beavers. Currently, going into the top of the fourth, the Jacks are leading by the score of 13-0. If they can get out of this with no damage done and score 2 more in the bottom of the inning, they would then win by the mercy rule of 15 after 3, I believe, is that mercy rule. If not, and they go to the fifth, perhaps it would then be 10 after 5. Hall going to stay on the mound. Do you have some stats?
What we've got, Rob, Warren put together 4 runs, 3 earned off 3 hits, 2 Lake Village errors, and Warren left 1 stranded. Substitutions that we've got made in this inning, it looks like Wesley Cornish is on to play third at base. Dylan Rook staying in to play second. Austin Emanuel at first. Can't really see what's going on in the outfield.
I believe you're going to have perhaps Blake Gorman in right field. Troy Sellers maybe still in center. And then you're going to have maybe Trent Broughton in left. I may be wrong on that, though, so don't take my word for it. I'm having trouble seeing their numbers from here. And as we said, I've already made a couple mistakes today, so stepping up now for the Beavers into the plate is number 11, Wiggins. That pitch low for a ball, 1-0 count, no outs. Jacks up 13-0 in the top of the fourth. Justin Hall still working on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Here's the pitch. That pitch inside, 2-0 count. And this is, this is a inning where Justin's got virtually no pressure on him right here, Chris. Chance to just get some good work in. That pitch low, 3-0. And not what you want to happen.
Not at all. This isn't what you want in this situation. Just throw the thing across the plate and make them do something with it.
And a swing and a miss. I actually fouled that one off to the left side, so it makes it 3-1 now the count. 3-1 count, no outs in the top of the fourth. Hall comes set from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's ball 4. So Wiggins will take first base, leadoff walk. As you heard right there, number 10, Henderson, up to the plate now for the Beavers. And Lake Village trying to cut this below 10 again, try to stay alive. That ball fouled off to the back. 0-1 now the count. And if you're the Lumberjacks, you don't want to let up here. You want to keep this game in control. And just finish it strong. Here's the pitch from Hall to Henderson, 0-1 count. Inside. Off the glove of Aaron Church.
We've got to be able to receive the baseball a little bit better right there behind the plate.
Of course, Aaron, I haven't followed Aaron's younger career much. I don't know if he's had a ton of experience behind the plate, but certainly this year, as last year, Michael Florence was really the starting catcher for the Lumberjacks. So Church really getting his first taste of starting behind the plate, and still – he's looked a little bit better today, blocking the balls in the dirt, but still got to improve. Make sure you have to be a brick wall back there 100% of the time in high school baseball. And that pitch is a called strike 3. So 1 down now in the top of the fourth. Runner on second. That's Wiggins at second base for Lake Village.
Number 4, Ross.
Number 4, Ross up for the Beavers. Hall comes set out of the stretch. Throw, Adams stops it. And not a bad move right there from Hall. Throw not quite on line, but still keeping the runner honest. Nice stop by Adams. And Logan's been one of those. The shortstop, Logan Adams, has been one of those leaders for of the seniors. Been very instrumental so far in the games that have been won for the Lumberjacks. Probably what we would call really the go-to guy on the mound for Coach Cuthbertson most of the time. That pitch inside, actually no call to strike. 0-2 count with 1 out.
And the Lumberjacks come into this game, Rob, I believe, with a record of 3-4. Went through 3-2 at the Seahawks Slugfest and dropped games to DeWitt and Dumas.
We watched 2 of those games at the Seahawks Slugfest. That's a strike 3. So 2 outs in the top of the fourth.
Do have a score to pass along, Rob.
Village, number 17, Hill.
The Hermitage Hermits winners today, 13-0 in 4 innings. Colin Wilkerson, a sophomore for the Hermits, threw a no-hitter.
Wow.
That I believe they played Dumas today in an elimination game in the El Dorado Chemical Classic, so they will have another contest there in that tournament at Northland.
That ball gets by Church. and the runner will take third base.
And this ball got by our catcher, Rob, and it called strike at the plate.
Yeah, those are the kinds you really have to have. But a good win for the Hermitage Hermits, as you just said, another team from the River Region. We've really got, I guess, 3 teams in what we call the River Region. One of them is in the extreme northern part of what we cover on the Chronicle, but really Woodlawn's that northernmost team. We just don't get a lot of coverage for them. But
they say that Coach Tommy Richardson thinks this is the best Woodlawn team he may ever coached, and that says a lot. That's
it does.
Baseball factory they've got going there.
That's a swing and a miss, 1-2 count. And, of course, Hermitage, the other team in the River Region, next to Warren, south of Warren, kind of mid portion of Bradley County. And after this inning, we won't take a break. We'll talk a little bit about what the Chronicle has to offer to our viewers if they haven't heard about it yet. So 2-2 count here in the top of the 4th. Lumberjacks up 13-0 over Lake Village with 2 outs. Jacks wearing white in the field. Of course, this is a home game. A swing, a chipper. Adams has it short, makes the throw to first, and the catch is made by Austin Emanuel, number 7.
Nice job there by Emanuel on the stretch to record that out. Get him out of the inning.
3rd out of the inning. No runs scored right there by Lake Village. So if the Jacks can get 2 more runs on the board, this game will be over because of 15 after 3. As I told you just a few minutes ago, Chris, I want to talk a little bit about what the Chronicle has to offer for those viewers out there. I know we posted this on Fearless Friday today, so if any of you out there have not really, you sports fans out there haven't heard of SalinaRiverTV.com or SalinaRiverChronicle.com, I realize we're mainly covering Lumberjack sports, but for any of you guys that have games on our schedule, it's a great way to keep up with those games. I mean, you're going to get to watch them literally like you're doing now but for this game for Warren and Lake Village. But if you're a Lumberjack fan, there's really no other way to follow your Jacks except for SalinaRiverChronicle.com. And if you're going to watch the live stuff, this is the only place you're going to watch it. And we're glad to be able to bring this coverage to you guys out there at no cost, and that's the cool thing. It's all for free to our viewers.
Exactly right. You can get information every day, Rob, and in-depth information better than what you're going to receive anywhere else about what's going on in the athletic programs here at Warren High School.
And we really try to, especially on the Chronicle, because Salina River TV is really the live coverage and the video coverage portion of our business, but the Chronicle's the news website portion, and of course it really provides you almost an insider view into Lumberjack athletics. We provide interviews, we do really in-depth coverage, and now some sports obviously we're not able to cover the track events and the tennis events as heavy as we are some of these more popular sports like baseball, football, basketball, and even soccer and softball to that point. But we try our best to cover all of them. We have a track schedule on our site if you'd like to check out the 2012 spring track schedule for the Lady Jacks and the Lumberjacks. And of course, all the schedules can be found on our site. Just go to our sports page. Go to www.salineriverchronicle.com. Again, SALINE riverchronicle.com, and click on sports. And you will, on the right side of that page, see all of the schedules. You'll also see the Lumberjack Live schedule. Get to check out all of the other games that we're going to be covering live this spring season. I can't tell you for certain yet, but there is a possibility we're going to have all of these games available on a DVD set at the end of the year with our live coverage and our live commentary as well. So that would be a really cool thing to have, a Christmas present for next December, or possibly just a birthday present for any true Lumberjack fan.
And the benefit of that, we've got the first ever Lumberjack soccer game on those DVDs. A lot of really exciting moments. Ball game in which Troy Sellers stole 5 bases, set a Lumberjack single game score record. One of those games that we covered. A lot of exciting events we've been able to see so far this year, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season. Definitely.
It's kind of odd. We have covered. Obviously, our coverage is historic because you're being able to watch this stuff. We've done live video before, but it's never been the quality that we've got now, and we're making history with that. But really, we watched a lot of history happen, as you said, with Troy Sellers breaking that stolen base record against Dollarway at the Southeast Arkansas Slugfest, and then watching the first ever Warren Lumberjack soccer game. Unfortunately, we weren't able to watch the first goal ever. I kind of hate that, but you can still watch the first game. And all of that's on demand. You don't have to wait on that for the DVD. You just go onto our site. It's all there.
And we really encourage people to check that out. Check out SalinaRiverTV.com and, of course, SalinaRiverChronicle.com and some of the exciting things that are going on.
Yeah. Number 5, Logan Adams, steps up to the plate. The last thing I want to say to our viewers, because this game could be over, and we'll mention in the post-game report, we're going to also have football season live next year. You're going to be able to watch the Lumberjacks play during the fall. Very exciting stuff happening. Logan Adams now has an 0-1 count with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Jacks have a 13-0 lead.
And back talking about football, Rob, a lot of people really be excited to hear that. Coach Bo Henry expects the Lumberjacks to be very, very competitive, very, very good next fall. And those games will be on SalineRiverChronicle.com and SalineRiverTV.com.
Yeah, there may be some restrictions on a couple of the games, whether or not we're able to do live video coverage, especially the Hootens Classic. We're checking into that. That ball lined up to the first, actually to the pitcher. He gets it, throws it to first, and that is the first out of the inning. Hall up to bat now. Anyway, we're not sure for positive if we're going to be able to cover that Hootens Classic with live video, but we will certainly try our best to have the audio version of that available. I'm hoping we can have the video if we can. That's awesome, but we're going to try our best to have every game on video if we can. Hall at the plate. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch high and inside.
This is a new pitcher we've got, Rob. This is Wiggins on the mound, and not real sure what happened there, but that was
curveball gone bad.
behind Hall and to the backstop.
1-0 count. That pitch low in the dirt. 2-0 count. And I think, as we talked about earlier, I think Johnson may have been who they had to go this game. And you can see the coach just trying to put in somebody new, maybe stop one from getting 2 more runs and ending it here, trying to extend it a little bit. But And Warren's got to be very conscious of this. He's thrown 3 straight balls to Justin Hall. Patience is key here. Make him throw you strikes.
Definitely.
So here is the 3-0 pitch with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Hall swings a high and inside pitch. Not really sure why he was swinging at that one. I'd like to give an explanation for it, Chris, but there's a tough one. And Hall maybe just trying to do a protection swing there. I'm not really sure. And another one inside, that would have been a ball as well. So 2 real gifts to Wiggins on the mound.
I'm not real sure how well received that's going to be there in the Warren dugout. Not 2 really poor looking swings right there. 3 really poor looking swings.
So a 3-0 count goes to a strikeout on 3 straight swings at 3 straight balls. Interesting. And really pitches, only one of them was anywhere really near the plate. But
I'm not real sure what the line of thinking was right there.
Yeah. Tough at bat for Justin. Hopefully he can get that out of his mind and come back. If he's not in this game, perhaps maybe in the next. But, yeah, Coach Cuthbertson may have a talk with him about those swings.
We have a Blake Gorman right here, Rob, hitting in the 3-hole.
Number 17, Blake Gorman, the right fielder. That pitch high and outside. 1-1 now the count. 2 outs. Jacks have a 13-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th, but you got to get to 15 to end it here. If not, it's going to the 5th. That pitch outside. 2-1 count. Now remember the Jacks scored a couple more runs last inning with 2 outs and no runners on, so that's not out of the question yet. But you do have some younger guys in right now that haven't had as much experience, and that can sometimes come into play. That pitch going to be inside. 3-1 count. So Blake Gorman steps up to the plate. Again, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Jacks up 13-0. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's high and outside. Gorman will take first base on the walk, and up steps number 20, Wesley Cornish, who is a freshman. And I did a news report, actually a sports report earlier in the year during preseason, and I said he was a sophomore, and I go to church with Wesley, so I should have known better. I'll try to correct that now. He is a freshman. And it's still pretty tough for me, Chris, to to picture freshmen. I mean, not necessarily that these guys don't belong out here. They do, obviously. But our numbers were up so high at one time, especially when I was playing, that there was no chance when you were a freshman you were going to be JV, and there was a full JV team. Of course, that no longer is in existence. Coach Cuthbertson just brings his freshmen in. A lot of these guys getting some valuable experience for later on down the road in a couple of years.
Especially this season, a lot of these guys are playing key roles. A lot of these freshmen and sophomores.
Grounder up the middle, and a nice play by the second baseman, and that will be the third out of the inning. We're going to the top of the fifth. Jackson able to get 2 more runs there. First inning they're held scoreless, but they still have a 13-0 lead, and if they're able to get out of the top of this inning, it would be 10 after 5. So chance here if Justin can just hold them without giving up too much, it would be the end of the ball game. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching SaluneRiverTV.com's presentation of Lumberjack Live.
Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on.
Welcome back to this presentation of Lumberjack Live on SaluneRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. Right now the Lumberjacks here in going into the top of the fifth currently have a 13-0 lead over the Lake Village Beavers. It looks like number 17 Blake Gorman, the left-handed pitcher, is going to come on and step onto the mound for the Jacks. Do you have stats from us from the last inning?
I'm trying to get them pulled up. We're trying to tally up as the game's going on. Right there, Warren, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. They're in the bottom of the fourth for the Warren Lumberjacks.
Again, as we just said, stick with us for the SaluneRiverTV.com post-game report. I'm already ready for football season, getting ready for the halftime report, but we're enjoying baseball right now. It's been a very pretty day, a good day for baseball. It looks like the field's dried out pretty well. We're going to send it down to the field now for the start at the top of the fifth. This could be it if the Jacks are able to hold Lake Village. So Gorman will, again, come in here in the top of the fifth to pitch for the Lumberjacks. Aaron Church remaining behind the plate. Wesley Cornish now at third, number 20. Logan Adams still at shortstop. Looks like we got Dylan Rook at second. Austin Emanuel at first. Here's the pitch from Gorman. Liner up the middle. It's going to be a single. Sellers is there. He gets it to second base. So a leadoff single for Young.
Not really the way you want to start off top of the fifth here with a 13-0 lead. I understand, though, that they are trying to get Blake Gorman some work. I doubt there'll be a JV game played today with Lake Village only having 9 kids.
And typically you would see what we would call a B game played or a JV game. But with, like you just said, with Lake Village not having very many athletes on the baseball team, you probably won't see a second game. We won't be, even if there was, we would not be covering that game live since it doesn't count towards anything. But this is a conference game, and the Lumberjacks have a chance to pick up a their first win in the conference and go to 1-2 in conference play.
And a big victory moving on to a ball game with Star City on Thursday.
Gorman comes set. Here's the bunt. It's down. Church has it. Throws it to first. Catch made by Austin Emanuel at first base. So one down, and that's a nice play right there by Church to Emanuel.
That's the second time we've seen a Lake Village Beaver slide into first base, and a dangerous proposition over there. Not real sure why they're doing it, but they've been out on both attempts.
Very seldom you will see any baseball player on a professional level slide into first. Occasionally it can happen, especially if it's a tag type situation, first baseman trying to get a tag on. But on a play like that, it usually does not occur. That pitch high and inside. 1-0 the count. So one down, top of the fifth. Lake Village has a runner on second base with a 1-0 count. Gorman on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a miss, 1-1.
Nice job there by Blake Gorman. It's only the third time today Lake Village has had a base runner reach second base against the Lumberjacks.
Gorman comes set. Here's the 1-1. Throws the second. Oh, just nicks off of the glove of Logan Adams. And the runner is safe at third. And that's a tough break right there. Got his glove on it. Logan Adams did. Probably should have been caught. No chance really to get the runner at second base. But
that's a tough move. That's a tough play
yeah.
right there to try to attempt. You got to have a lot of reps to do it. And don't know how many Gorman may get trying to work on that move during practice, but kind of fouled it up a little bit right there.
The little bit that I have watched Blake in practice on the mound, I actually did some work on that this week. Naturally, because he's lefty, he has the best move to first base. And as most Warren teams do, we really struggle with runners at first, getting a quick slide step from our pitchers to home plate. So we don't have a lot of catchers with high pickoff numbers because of that. We've historically have had pitchers with very slow deliveries to the mound. And that's unfortunate in some ways, but really some of the better pickoff guys that we've had on the mound have been people like Josh McLean, folks like that, lefties. So Gorman, as I said, naturally has that easy move to first, but second base is another story for anybody. That pitch popped up to right, and that's going to be caught. Runner's going to come in. He's going to score. Emanuel is going to cut it off. So 13-1. Lake Village finally gets on the board here in the top of the fifth. But with 2 outs, all you need is one more. And this one will be over.
Lake Village, number 6, Miller.
Moves it to the second out of the inning there on the sacrifice fly by Boney, the Beavers' leadoff hitter.
So Gorman with a chance to get out of the top of the fifth and end this ball game. With 2 outs, here's the pitch. Pitch popped up to the right side, foul. Going to be an 0-1 count. Nice way to start it off. And Chris, at this point, I know we don't have that final out yet, but this is going to be a good, solid win for the Lumberjacks in conference play. They'll move on to play Star City Thursday, and we'll talk about that in the post-game report. That's going to be a tough ball game.
It is. They feel good about their chances, especially going in with both Logan Adams and Drake Jones able to go off the mound for them if need be.
And there was a swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the fifth. If the Jacks can get out of this one, get this out here, this ball game would be over.
Let's see if the senior Gorman can get a swinging strike 3 right here to end it. Pick up the first conference win of the season for the Lumberjacks.
Here's the pitch from Gorman, 0-2 count. Outside.
And Aaron Church with an errant delivery back to the mound.
And right here in this situation, that doesn't hurt you too bad, but you get a runner on third in a close ball game with maybe a 2-1 lead or something like that. those kind of things can come back to haunt you.
They can definitely. That's something you want to try to clean up, even in ball games like this when the outcome's really no longer in doubt.
And Gorman pressing a little bit, looking for that third strike. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the fifth. Jack's up 13-1 over Lake Village. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is the first conference win of the season for the Lumberjacks as they beat Lake Village by the score of 13-1. Gorman finishes it out. Justin Hall will come back here in just a few minutes. He started on the mound. Hall did. We'll be back in a few minutes after this commercial break with your SaleneRiverTV.com post-game report brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Get ready for the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. For over 2 years, SaleneRiverChronicle.com has been the fastest growing news source in Bradley County. Currently, SaleneRiverChronicle.com gets around 15,000 page views per week. It's the only local news source in Bradley County that provides fast breaking news, full color photography, and live video coverage through the new SaleneRiverTV.com. And guess what else? SaleneRiverChronicle.com is updated every single day. That's right, it's a daily local news source. Help us spread the word about SaleneRiverChronicle.com. Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all.
Well, technical glitch there. The sound operator, who is unnamed, will remain unnamed, but he's pretty closely related to me, unfortunately. Made a mistake there, but we're back now with the SaleneRiverTV.com post-game report. Brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. Jacks pick up a first conference win of the season. Very important one by the score of 13-1 over the Lake Village Beavers.
A really big win for them, and they're excited to be able to go into Star City on Thursday and have Drake Jones and Logan Adams able to work off the mound for them in that ball game. They feel like they can beat them. You know, they've already competed well with Hamburgers, one of the favorites. Played Dumas close, who's already beat Star City this year, and one feels like they've got a really good shot at being in the picture when the season's over and being in the race for one of those 4 spots in the South Regional.
Were you able to tally up any stats?
We were. Logan Adams led off the ball game for the Lumberjacks. He was 1 for 3 at the plate, scored 2 runs, walked once, and stole 3 bases. And these, of course, unofficial stats. Justin Hall went 1 for 4, scored 2 runs, drove in a run, struck out once, reached on an error, stole a base. Noah Lecco was 1 for 2 with a strikeout, stole a base. Deviante Davis scored a run as a pinch runner for Lecco in the ball game. Cole Rawls was 0 for 1 at the plate with a strikeout. Drake Jones started the ball game at third base, was 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored, 2 walks on the game. Wesley Cornish was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Troy Sellers was 3 for 3, Rob, with 3 runs scored and a run driven in. So a big game for senior Troy Sellers. Seems to perform well anytime Lumberjack Live's here to watch him play. Aaron Church was 1 for 3, reached on 2 errors. Calix Harris scored 2 runs as a courtesy runner for him. Tyler Hall walked twice, did not have an official at bat. Dylan Rook came in, had a big single, the freshman, as a pinch hitter late in the ball game. Went 1 for 1 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Randy Gorman had a big hit for the Lumberjacks, the senior first baseman, went 1 for 2 with 2 runs driven in. Austin Emanuel was 0 for 1, reached on an error as a pinch hitter late in the ball game for Gorman. A.J. Mooring was 0 for 2 at the plate. Trent Broughton was 0 for 1 at the plate, scored a run and stole the base. Justin Hall picked up the win, pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Blake Gorman came in relief, 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. So a good day for everybody involved.
Absolutely.
A lot of production.
A big win. The Lumberjacks able to get their first conference win of the season. They will play Star City Thursday. We will not be carrying that game live on SaleneRiverTV.com, but you can keep up with all of the action of the Lumberjacks on SaleneRiverChronicle.com, which is really the parent website of SaleneRiverTV.com. The best coverage of all the Lumberjack sports: baseball, softball, football, basketball. You keep naming it, soccer, everything. The best place to go is SaleneRiverChronicle.com. Again, thank all of you for joining us, all of our viewers from Lake Village, from Warren, from the river region as a whole. We've probably even had some from around the state and around the nation I know of. But again, thank all of you for joining us for SaleneRiverTV.com, for SaleneRiverChronicle.com. And Chris Norton, thank you once again for joining us.
We enjoyed it. Everybody keep logging on to SaleneRiverChronicle.com. Have updates for the soccer game today on there.
Yep.
Here tonight or tomorrow, the Hermitage baseball game, of course, the Warren baseball game. And exciting day for Lumberjack Athletics. Got their first conference victory today.
For everyone involved, thank you so much for watching us. Go Jacks. We'll see you next time on SaleneRiverTV.com's presentation of Lumberjack Live.